was curious about seeing Love, Simon because it was the first big studio wide release movie with a gay teen at the center. I know that sounds crazy, but it's true. And I was curious. And the guy who made it, I had known when I was working on a pilot over in Warner Brothers, Greg Berlanti. And so I was curious. Now, look, I don't think Love, Simon works as a movie. I think it's way too soft. I don't believe this guy is gay. I find that the whole thing is in this kind of fairy tale high school setting that is very liberal Hollywood influenced. And it just seemed sexless. It seemed really not into. And look, I know a lot of young men in their early 20s who are gay, and there is a different side to their gayness that, of course, a Hollywood studio movie with a PG-13 friendly rating is not going to go for. But I really thought that Love, Simon went out of its way to whitewash being gay. And there was something about it by the end, and I know there are spoilers here, but at the very end, Simon finally meets the guy who is, not to get into the plot, they were talking online together, and part of the plot is Simon thinks it's this guy, and then it's this guy, and then maybe it's this guy, and it proves not to be. And then finally you find out who it was, and it's someone he's always known. And the climax is of Simon putting it out there that he'll be waiting for the guy on a Ferris wheel at the Winter Carnival. And the whole school shows up and is waiting with Simon while the Ferris wheel goes round and round. And then it's just about time for the Winter Carnival to close, and then the guy shows up. And he not only happens to be Jewish, he happens to be black as well. And I thought, first of all, I thought that was a joke, that part of the joke. And I thought it would have been, the best way to have ended that movie is have the guy sit next to Simon, have the Ferris wheel go up, and Simon take a look at him and go, "Oh, sorry, you're not my type." I really kind of wish that would have been the clincher moment at the end of the movie, but it's just this fairy carnival and a Ferris wheel going around. And now you could argue that, yes, plenty of heteronormative movies have ended in carnivals and, on that kind of princessy fantasy way. But I thought there was a real missed opportunity here for the movie to be dirtier. Everyone was saying, oh, it's like a John Hughes movie. No, it's not like a John Hughes movie. John Hughes was much harsher, funnier, and I think Love, Simon would have been a bigger hit, even if the lead character was gay, if it had more slapstick in it, more kind of, off-color humor. It's very, very earnest. And I think why I was comparing it with My Friend Dahmer is that I saw My Friend Dahmer, and for anybody, I thought it was a really, really good movie that I had somehow missed in November when it came out. And it was gripping and really, really, really well done. It was also set in a high school. It also had a gay protagonist, though, of course, this was the 70s. And there was just something about the way that Jeffrey Dahmer was handled as a tortured gay adolescent that just seemed so true to life. It seemed, as extreme as it was, very, very true. And it kind of made Love, Simon look like, as I put, a liberal fantasy. And I think that was the term that I think a lot of people were turned off by, that I called Love, Simon a liberal fantasy. And then I felt that My Friend Dahmer was like kind of the awful truth. But again, that is also my sensibility. And I guess you could also say that if you were a gay kid today and you saw something, that represented you like Love, Simon, that maybe it would, make you feel better about stuff. But I was never that kid. I never needed that balm, that soothing experience to make me feel better about my painful lot in life. I always wanted to see, I think it would have helped me a lot more if I had seen My Friend Dahmer in a way to make me relate to the pain of adolescence, and added the homosexuality. It's strange in my Friend Dahmer isn't there a lot. It really is about his wanting to fit in with the guys and be a part of the group.